Oh,
You see what I'm talking
that's
about?
how she moved it. You moved it. I was like, whoa.
She moved her whole computer.
Yeah.
She's got a cool little room going on over there. I love that room. Look, she's got her bike.
Nice. Ah, sweet.
Yeah, she's got it going on.
Nice.
It's her little office too. It's nice. Okay, so I have, I think you might show up down at the bottom when you're on. Right now, it doesn't say that anybody
It
is
says 0 viewers.
0 viewers. So right now you're not in.
Maybe you can't do 2 at once.
Oh, look at this. It's being hosted by Leanna Almenian, not Silly Head Fitness. That's annoying.
Can you change your name on your Google account so it matches it?
That's one.
What?
You see me?
Because, well, this is live too. Maybe because it's recording live. Maybe because there's 2 at once.
Oh, okay. I'm hanging up this one. Ah, yeah, viewer. Okay, I hung up the other one because I think that's what the lag was from. Okay, so I'm hoping nobody's trying to get on right now. But anyway, it's recording just in case somebody is trying to get on. Yeah, my lips are where's my finger? Sorry, this is okay. So can you type anywhere, Rebecca? I think you can type. There's Q&A. No.
Feature is disabled.
Yeah, how do I enable it? It's enable. Okay, I guess this is just like a broadcast, and it's not as much of a control room. Okay, Q&A. It's upsetting.
Very upsetting.
I need to make sure that you need to be able to chat with me. Group chat. Rebecca, can you go in the group chat? I know she's watching. Go into the group chat. If you look in your box, there should be on the top left, it looks like a messenger button. Oh, she's gone. She gone.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, she's back. It's a little chat.
I need to fix my hair.
Chat test. I don't like this is on my other email. I messed up.
Maybe that's why no one's here.
I don't know. I don't see any notifications anywhere.
It's funny because you look down, then look up, and you see yourself look up because it's delayed.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh,
okay, she's coming in and out. I don't know. This sucks. I hate this. I like Zoom a lot better. I know how to
And we're
use it.
live. We have 50 people watching. Oh, maybe that was her.
Yeah.
I see you.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and typing in the chat. You can't see. Why can't I see? Google, let me see. I want to talk to my people.
This feature is disabled. This feature is disabled.
Oh my god. She's chatting. And I can't. Right. Google Plus. Okay. I am going to. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
There is no point if she can't chat with me. All right. This is what I'm going to do. The thing no one showed up, hey, besides Rebecca. She's patient with me, so it's good.
Is she? She's back. She's in. She's out.
She's in. She's out.
She's out.
She's in.
I do not like fast food.
Cool hangouts on
Video call?
there. No, this is what I did before, and it was wrong.
You were in a video call.
I want Google
You're in
Hangouts
a
on
video.
air. On air, so live ones. So different. That's what I went to. Sign. No. How did I find it before? Sucks. Yes, you are very patient. I know. I know.
That's fine.
She's so good. This is why we're friends. No. Hang on, come on this hang on somewhere. I hate technology. The reason I wanted to use this is because Zoom, you have to download the app. I don't want anybody to have to download it. Don't play with stuff. Cut it out. Cut it out. Stop it. I'm trying to figure this out. Why? I don't want this page. I want.
Have you read anything?
Hangouts on air. This is what I want. Yes. But I don't want.
Back at that other page, you could see. Oh, look, live.
Still nothing. Oh, you're commenting here.
Oh, 2 viewers.
I think Rebecca is probably on her phone too.
That could be 2 of you. Oh no, no, there's one.
Hello. Can you see what I'm writing? Okay, I can see that, but that is.
That's the only way she could chat.
No, she should. What is this? Try to chat in the area. I guess I could just talk to her.
Start. It was 9:15.
9:12, yeah.
And you're live.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Still.
live. Oh, right.
You're recording.
I know. I'm sorry. Lego. Okay. Well, you can chat with me there, Rebecca. That's totally fine. Or you can text me. I will figure this out for another time. But we'll go through it. And let me make sure. All right. I'll try Periscope too. I have to look into a few things. Okay. So this webinar is about mastering your meal planning and pretty much your food planning mostly. So just making sure that you have all the proper foods that you need to stick to the diet that you want to, that you're doing. Because when you're not planned out, you really fall slave to grabbing the closest thing that you have. And it's just not a good thing. Usually you fall into bad habits like, oh, look, there's a bag of chips. I'm starving. And then you just go and you eat the bag of chips. We just had chips and Jordan was about to eat them and I told him no.
Because I didn't plan my food.
Because we didn't plan food for tonight. That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly.
So we're gonna start from like the very, very, very basic beginning by starting and planning out when you're gonna go shopping. Because this should be weekly, you should be going shopping because you should be buying fresh fruits and vegetables. So it is something that you will have to do weekly. Now, you have to schedule a time for that. And a lot of people like to maybe think about it going on the weekend. I know I was just talking to one of you guys, and you decided on like the afternoon time of Saturday. And for most weeks, that's going to work great. But if you schedule a time like that, you want to make sure that you're also scheduling another time as like a backup plan, because Saturday afternoon is it's very likely that you're going to, especially if you have kids, there's going to be parties that you're going to have to go to, family events land on Saturdays, and things of that nature just kind of happen. So you want to make sure that you have a backup day as well as your regular day, even if it's like a Tuesday night and nothing really comes up on that day. Just in case, have a backup day that you can go, and make sure that backup day is before or after the day before or the day after when you would schedule it. Or you could just push it back a few hours. So some things to think about when scheduling this trip: if it's your first time ever going shopping for healthy food, give yourself about an hour, because you're probably going to be looking at things that you've never looked at before, and it's probably going to get exciting, and you're just going to question a lot. You're going to hesitate a lot when you go to buy something, and you just want to give yourself time to not be like rushed or stressed. But you also want to make sure that you hit the time. So make sure it's not Rebecca. You also want to make sure that you hit the time that you planned. So say, for instance, if you planned an hour to go shopping, you want to make sure that you get it down in an hour. You want to like set a goal for yourself to hit it in an hour. And something else you want to also think about is just travel time. How long does it take to get to the store you want to get to? How long does it take to get home? That all counts as your planning time that you're working. And something else that's kind of cool, and I don't know, I think I could do screen share, cameraman. Can't. Okay, I can't do screen share. But something that you also want to think about is you can go on Google and you can search say I was going to ShopRite in Piscataway. I could search ShopRite Piscataway, and on the right-hand column, you'll be able to see their peak hours, like the peak store hours when they're really, really busy. So what happened to me was I went to the farmer's market on a Wednesday morning around 10:30, thinking like, nobody is around at this time. And the entire like senior center was being dropped off on a bus. Mm-hmm. And what usually takes me 15 minutes in the farmer's market took me an hour and a half. And nobody has time for that. Nobody got time for that. So you have to think about those things too. So check out the peak hours, check and see, like if you do want to go during the afternoon, just make sure it's not when the senior people all over the place. Just be really mindful of that. If you're going in the morning, just things to think about. Afternoon and the morning, kids are getting in and out of school. There's a lot more traffic. There's a lot of buses on the road. So that will just increase your travel time. So those are just some small things to think about. And so after you schedule your shopping trip, probably I would ask you if right now, did you schedule your time, Rebecca? You can answer me on that, where you could chat before I have it open on the side here. Because I wanted to do this part like with you guys while we were on the call. Send a message. Oh, I have a message too from her. How's this? This works too. Anywhere you want to chat there, Rebecca. Oh, she's trying to help me figure it out over there. Okay, so after you have your time scheduled, that's it. You're scheduled. So me and Jordan go shopping either Monday or Tuesday night, like really late at night, like 9 p.m. There's nobody in the store, and it's fantastic. Rebecca's going on Friday nights. All right, what time, Rebecca? Friday night? She's not a party girl. And how long do you think it's going to take? I'm going to use you as an example for this recording for this time. 7 p.m. So you're going to leave your house at 7 p.m. or you expect to get to the store at 7 p.m.? Nope. I said a few things. Oh, she's testing out technology. one day, like 3 years from now, when me and her top Beachbody coaches, we're gonna be like, remember that time we tried to have that webinar thing? It takes me at least an hour. To drive? No. Leave my house at 7 p.m. Okay, so you plan on getting back home around 8 o'clock, and then you also have time to unpack all your groceries, right? So that's also planned in there. So it is a kind of a long process. It's leaving, getting to the store, doing all of your shopping, leaving the store, and then going home and unpacking stuff. That takes a pretty good amount of time. So you have to make sure that you're not preoccupied with other things and you can just focus. So step 2 for me, a big one, is really deciding whether or not you're going to be using recipes or whether you're going to be eating very plain Jane. I can tell you right now, if you choose recipes, your life is going to be 10 times harder when it comes to scheduling and doing this process. If you're okay with being plain Jane in the beginning, I would highly recommend being plain Jane in the beginning and just kind of being okay with like having things separately on your plate. So if you're going to do recipes, you just want to decide what methods you want to do so that you can tackle it the proper way. Prep Saturday, I eat plain Jane. All right. So Rebecca already has her meal planning, like her meal prepping out as well. But she decided to eat plain Jane. So she can go to the store and really just get like very basic things. She doesn't have to worry about like little mishmashy stuff. Like, when recipes call for like a teaspoon of like white vinegar. Like, when else do you use white vinegar besides dyeing Easter eggs on Easter and cleaning the floor? I don't know. But like, recipes sometimes get frustrating that way because you have to buy a package of something that you're only going to use this much of. So being plain Jane allows you to just kind of add spices and stuff like that and just keep everything very easy and very simple, especially if you're using the container portioning system. So much easier. Okay, so step 3, you're going to write down your list and you're going to take inventory of what you already have. So if you have the portion control containers, you want to go by that. You want to pick 2 to 3 items from, well, all the lists are kind of big. So like one blue container, like one item for blue is going to be all you really need. So for instance, I have almonds. I went to Costco. I picked up a big bag of almonds, and that's the only blue I need to buy for, I don't know, 4 months. Like, it's a lot of blues, and I'm totally okay without the variety of having to have avocado and hummus and, all of these different options that just end up being really, really big in your shopping cart. They end up like really stacking up the dollars. So we want to save dollars and we want to save time. And so let's go through it right now. We're going to talk about greens first. Think about how many containers of greens you need a week by figuring out how many you need per day by following whatever the instructions were on whatever program you're doing. So like Hammer and Chisel has a different container allocation figuration than 21 Day Fix does. So let's say, for instance, you have 4 containers of green a day that you're allotted. That means that you have 21 green containers that you need to fill in the week, meaning you need 21 servings of vegetables in the week. A serving of vegetables is about a cup of a vegetable. So you can go to the store and kind of guesstimate. You could look at like the ounces or the serving sizes and really see how many servings you're really going to get out of that vegetable. So for instance, if you got 1 cucumber, that's probably about 2 servings, depending on the size of the cucumber. So that's the kind of math that you want to do. So Rebecca, how many green containers are you allotted for the day, for one day? Okay, so Rebecca gets 5 green containers. So she's going to 5 times 7 is 28.
Is it?
No.
35.
35. That was embarrassing. This is why we have calculators, y'all. Pull out those calculators. Okay, so you need 35 servings of vegetables. That's going to be the most abundant food that you're going to be eating for sure. Let's just go down the list. How many reds? Rebecca? Reds.
Why don't you just do how many you do?
That's true. 5 reds. Okay. So 5 times 7 is 35. How many yellows? Orange, green, teaspoon. And then purples. Yellow is probably, oh, this is why I brought this guy up. Monday fix. Okay, click on that. I'm going to find your chart. Aha, I found it. So 3 purples. You have 4 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 5 teaspoons. Okay. Well, the cool thing is too is that you're going to have to also look at the foods list of what is given to you on your program. Sweet. You want to look at what's given to you on your program and really figure out like what you're going to fill those containers with. So for instance, I know that like on the orange container, you can have olives. I don't like olives. I'm never going to eat olives, but the serving size is like crazy amount of olives, like 16 olives or something. 12. Okay. Okay.
Just looked up the other day.
12 olives. That's a good amount of olives. Like that just would not fit into that little orange container, but it's just kind of the way that olives are composed. But if you know that you're going to eat olives for all your orange containers, you better make sure that you have 12 times 7, whatever that number is. I'm not going to try. You're going to have that many servings. 10 olives.
10.
Okay. 10 olives, not 12. Okay. So you're going to have, oh, that's easier for math. You're going to need 70 olives. So you're going to need to look at the container and look at the serving size and then how many servings per container are in there and see if you're good for the week. Okay? So you'll get the gist about what you need to do. You need to do it for all of those containers. So for purple, you're going to need 21. There we go. That's right. She has 3 purple containers, so times 7. She needs 21 servings of fruit for the week. So if she knows that, that means that she could get 7 apples. And then she could get 7 servings of strawberries if she wanted to. Then she could get 7 servings of another fruit if she wanted to. You don't have to buy this whole plethora. You don't have to do all pears or all of that. Fruits and greens, I would definitely mix up and get different kinds, especially since you want to shop the sales. You want to get what's on sale. I was just talking before how, not on this call, but on another call, I don't ever buy asparagus unless it's on sale because asparagus is $4.99 a pound regularly. But then you can have it on sale and it's $1.99. Get the asparagus when it's on sale. Just make sure you have the proper amount. You don't want to overbuy. You don't want to underbuy. So also too, take into account, if you know that you're going to be going out to dinner on X night, you don't need to buy servings for that. You don't need to buy food for that. So this is all just things to think about, things to take into account, making sure that you're buying the right amount of food and the right food. So that is creating your list. So after you see how many servings you need, you're going to go and you're going to figure out, okay, I think I'll be good if I just have 3 different varieties of fruit. I'm going to get grapefruit, this, and this, or I'm just going to go and I'm going to see which 3 fruit are on sale. And that's the way that you can approach it. And then like half of a banana is a serving. So you won't need, if you want 7 servings of banana, you don't need 7 bananas. You can have 4 bananas and have the proper amount of servings for those bananas. When you get there, you can go and modify that and do that at the store. So that's why that first time is going to take about an hour. Okay, you write down your list. You're gonna have to take inventory of what you already have too, because if you already have a box of spinach in your refrigerator that you can use for the next 3 days, You don't need to go ahead and buy 21 full servings. You can just buy enough to get you through to the next time you go shopping. And you do, some people are like, oh, I'll buy a little bit past a week's worth. Pick up the small bananas in the bunches so I can eat the whole thing. That's cheating. Rebecca just chatted and she said, I pick the smallest bananas in the bunch so I can eat the whole thing.
Well, you save half a banana and then you get that nasty brown part on the top when it sits there.
Valid point, my friend. My house is like full of monkeys, so bananas go rapid, like rapid. So it never even has time to get the brown part. But have the small banana if you'd like. So you have to take inventory of what you have in your house as well. So you don't want to buy something you already have. So just kind of see the different spices you have. Like you don't want to go to reach for the oregano because you're finally cooking again, and then like, I haven't had oregano in three, 3 years, and it's not there, but I should have bought it when I went shopping. So think about spices and stuff like that too. Rebecca, what's the name of the spices that you told me about as well? It's an online spice company. Everything is very natural, very whole and super delicious. They have mixes. When you go and you buy spices, you actually want to buy just the plain spice. You want to buy oregano by itself or chili powder by itself. You don't want to buy like Mediterranean type mixes unless it's from a company like this, an organic company that stands by having all organic. And okay, so she's gonna go get that for me. And we're gonna keep going on to talk about the actual shopping trip. So we're almost done with like the planning portion, the brain portion of what it's all gonna take. You're gonna have to take some time to like pause this video and go through the steps that I've already gone over. And then we're gonna go, these spices is Savory Spice Westfield. Savory Spice of Westfield. If you want that link to their Facebook page, shoot me a message and I will send you the link to their Facebook page so you can go ahead and order straight from them. All right. And so when you go shopping, you don't want your first shopping trip, like your first healthy shopping trip, is not the time to go and explore the world of healthy eating, because you will be there for 5 million hours. It's a little bit of an exaggeration.
Very large exaggeration.
You'll be there for a really long period of time if you want to go and explore at that time. And you kind of want to like create a challenge for yourself to get in and get out. You're like, when you go, because what's going to happen is you're going to get really distracted by like, ooh, what's this? And ooh, what's this? And oh, what's this package thing? And oh, what's that? If you see something really quick, take note of it. And then, you can come back and investigate it. You can ask other people in the group, but you really want to set this as a challenge and say, okay, I'm going to go, I'm going to do this the best I can, and I'm going to get out of there because I want to utilize my time. Just like when you do a workout, you want to be as efficient as possible. You want to work your absolute hardest during your workout so you're not wasting any time. So you want to be super, super laser focused when you go shopping. Some tips for shopping: walk the perimeter of the store first. Always get the fresh stuff. So I know when we walk into our shop, right, we go straight to the left. Well, straight to the left, not just to the left. And it's all produce. And we pick up our produce first because it's the most abundant food that we're buying. And then we walk around the back and we can get our fresh meat. I'm a vegetarian now, so I don't eat meat. And then we go down to the side and we can get our only sometimes. We can get our eggs, and Jordan picks up Greek yogurt there. It's like the dairy aisle. We can get almond milk there if we wanted it. We get our frozen veggies on the side over there as well. And then we come around the front, and if we need to get something like oatmeal or almond butter, we could pop in an aisle really quick on our way to the register. But for the most part, we really do not go into the aisles because that's where avoid the chip aisle. Don't go down the candy aisle.
Don't tempt yourself.
Don't do it. Even if it's just a pass through, it's not going to work. Because they're always coming out with this new stuff that's like, your favorite chip a different way. Mm-hmm. Like they puff up Doritos and they give it this crazy flavor. And then you're like, I know. Anyway, don't go down the chip aisle. That's going to be a long waste of time because you're going to want to buy stuff. And so just really, really stick to the basics. Make your food pop more with spices and herbs. Try to stay away from like salts, Oh, like anything that's in a box. So I want to go over that. When I first started eating healthy, I went and I got I got these hot pockets, and Jordan was like, "This is a hot pocket," and I was like, "But it's whole wheat." And I got like so excited because I like legitimately thought that it was healthy, and just to come to find out that they're not healthy. Rebecca just made a really good point as well. Do not shop when you're hungry. Don't.
That's why you got to make it a quick trip, because if you're eating every 2 hours, by the time you do all your shopping and you're in there for forever, you're hungry, and then you buy something.
That's a really good point as well. So when your body's so used to eating, then you're going to get hungry if you're in the shopping center for a very long time. That's a really good point. I definitely agree with you, Rebecca. Going while you're hungry, setting you up for disaster, because you're going to try to find something quick, because hunger is an uncomfortable feeling. So anytime we're uncomfortable, we immediately want to change our state. We immediately want to become comfortable. So you're going to grab anything you can to just put in your mouth at that time. So very, very, very good. And just my last tip for that is to just stick to the basics. Get very, very easy food. Get food that's going to be easy for you to prepare. Like the first time getting fruit, don't go buy a dragon fruit if you don't even know what it is. You're going to be like, what is this thing? I don't even know. Just stick to the basics. Get an apple. Everybody's eaten an apple in their life.
Buy all the exotic fruits.
Don't buy all the exotic fruits.
Passion fruit's phenomenal.
They're also more expensive. So
then you try everything and you see what you like.
Dragon fruits are gross. Don't get them.
They're bland.
They're bland. Get fruits that you know that you like. If you like apples, try a different apple. This is Produce Pete. If you want to ask a question about what's delicious, he's your guy. When it comes to, 21 Day Fix and all the programs really take care of what foods you should be getting, but it doesn't really tell you what foods are really easy to cook. So if a microwave is going to be your number one helper for cooking your foods, if your microwave is going to be your number one helper for cooking foods, then you probably don't want to get foods like zucchini. That's not going to work really well in the microwave unless you're eating it raw. So you more or less want to look at the frozen vegetable section instead, and then heat up your vegetables that way, unless you're okay with having some of your vegetables raw. Okay? So you can kind of do both. Honey crisps. Oh, I think so. He's funny. Rebecca loves apples, so she liked my apple explanation. Okay, so just think about the way that you can cook it before you just pick it up and put it in your cart and you like have no idea what you're going to be doing with it. Kind of like go through your mind really quick, like, okay, this fruit, like a grapefruit, is not a good fruit for on the go. If you're an on the go type of person, you need quick grabbing stuff. You don't want a grapefruit. That's not going to work for you. A grapefruit's a sit-down fruit. You need to sit down. You need to cut it out the little pieces with your knife. You need to eat it.
Not everyone eats grapefruit.
That definitely is. You can't eat that nasty rind part.
Yes, you can.
No, it's so bitter. That's why those people don't eat grapefruit, though, because it's gross. So just have that in mind. Have your lifestyle in mind, what's going to really make it easy for you, but be as raw as possible. Do not go and get frozen meals and stuff like that. Make sure you're working on starting with the basics, starting with raw food, and then you'll become more accustomed to it. And also planning your meals. So, Rebecca, what would be your biggest tip for meal prep?
Do it.
That's a really good one. That's a really good one. While Rebecca's typing, I'm just gonna go over some good tips for prepping your food. I remember one time, here's the difference. If you prep food and you're eating plain Jane, your food prep for the entire week could take an hour. If you're doing recipes, your meal prep for the week, I know somebody, it took her over 4 hours to meal prep. You will hate meal prepping if it takes you 4 hours to do it.
It's like a shift.
It's a shift at work. No. Plan it. Rebecca says plan it and plan to spend at least an hour to an hour and 30 minutes. And I totally agree with that, because some things just take that long to cook.
And you got to clean.
and you have to clean up after yourself. So you're gonna be that you have to. There's certain things to cut. There's certain things you have to like boil, and it just takes time to cook. So chicken takes time to cook. The way that I recommend cooking chicken when I ate chicken was boiling it, because then it shreds and then you can measure it really easily. Jordan likes to bake his or grill it. He likes to grill it. So there's a bunch of different ways, and all those different types of cooking take different times. So you also want to plan that out. You want to go in with a game plan, and you want to figure out, when you go and buy the food, figure out how you're going to cook it before you buy it. Because like I said before, if you're an on-the-go type of person and you go to grab a fruit and all you have is grapefruit, you're gonna be like, crap, how do I eat this thing right now? Like, I gotta go. You're either gonna forego it, you're not gonna eat it, or you're gonna have a horrible experience because the outside part's gross. So you wanna enjoy all of it. So just plan ahead, be prepared. And when you're cooking, so for instance, boiling eggs, that's a great on-the-go thing. Me, I work from home, so I take 5 minutes to cook each meal as I go. Sweet potatoes can be done in the microwave. You could cut them up into little pieces so that you could fit them into serving sizes. Cut them up, and then all you need to do to cook it is wrap it in a wet paper towel and put it in the microwave. It steams itself, and it takes about, for one serving, it takes about 2 minutes for that to cook. So it's really not too bad. And portioning it out. This is the thing. Let your food cool. If you're gonna like container everything into its own separate containers, you have a few choices here. You could separate all of your meals into different containers, or you can what I do is I just get a big bowl for like one item. So if I cook all my sweet potatoes at once, I just get a big bowl, and then all I do is I go and I scoop my serving out when I need to go, because I live from home. Or you could just go and do that in the morning. I know Jordan does that in the morning after we work out. He just puts all of his food together for that day, and like him and his mom, they meal prep together, or she meal preps something, and they just have a bunch of boiled eggs ready in a bag with a paper towel in it to collect the moisture so they don't get all bajiggity. That's stuff that you're gonna learn on the way, just kind of preservation type of stuff, because you don't want things to get soggy, and when you refrigerate stuff, you have to make sure your food gets cooled down. You can put paper towels in your food, in the containers too, to absorb some moisture, because naturally, if you put hot food in a container, you put it in a refrigerator, it's gonna steam up onto the top of the thing, and then it's gonna drip down. It's gonna be slimy, and you're not gonna wanna eat it. It's gonna be gross. If you can keep your vegetables raw, they're 10 times better raw than they are heated up, cooled down, cold. Right, Jordan? Jordan, what's your favorite vegetables to bring to work?
Usually I do go greens if I'm bringing it to work, because spinach or romaine salad is easy to eat. But steamed broccoli and steamed green beans are my favorites. Actually, asparagus is my favorite.
Yeah, and you get to steam in the bag.
But steam in a bag asparagus is gross.
Yeah. Well, I remember you like cooked up in a pan like that one morning. You cut up your asparagus. You cooked up in a pan with the olive oil, and then you had a microwave at work though. Some people don't have a microwave at work, so you got to take that into consideration as well.
Then salad would definitely work.
A salad would be the go-to, and then save your nice warm meal for when you get home. All right, guys. So I'm pretty sure that's it. Rebecca, do you have any? Rebecca's kind of been in the game for a while as well. I've been working with her, and she's got insights. I've got insights, and she's very, very good at applying stuff. So Rebecca, do you have anything else that you would want to tell everybody? Or what about you?
One tip I would definitely make is, your schedule at work. You know when you have breaks. You know when you have times to eat, when you can't eat. So the day of, or the night before, whenever you have, if you're a morning person, do it in the morning. If you're a night, stay up at night and get it person done, do it the night before. But schedule what time you're going to eat and when you're going to eat what. So I know I have a 10 a.m. break. I bring my breakfast to bring at 10 o'clock. I get a 1 o'clock lunch. So that's about 2.5 hours later after I eat that next meal. So I pack something for them. I know I'm going to need these greens and this protein and my healthy fats and whatever containers I have. And then I know I have another break where I can eat at the end of the day. So I time out my meals so that way when it's time to eat, you just eat. You eliminate the thinking. That's the biggest part of meal prep is it eliminates the thinking. It eliminates that I'm hungry.
Yeah,
what do I eat type feeling. It's time to eat. I have my foods. I eat them, and you move on. Food is fuel. It's not dog. You're not a dog. Food is not to treat you all the time. I mean, of course, we all love our foods that make us happy. I love to cook for people. Because it makes people so happy when they eat healthy or not even healthy.
You love
good food.
You have a very
for the day to day, you know how you feel when you're eating right. And to go through a full day of work, if you're going to be on point, you can't just eat a big meal and just always just want
to.
So that would be. Would definitely be most important. Scheduling and timing and eliminate the thinking and eating.
So it's not just scheduling what you're going to eat for the day. So like Jordan doesn't go to his 10 o'clock break. He doesn't go up to his lunchbox and say, oh, what am I going to eat right now?
Yes,
like he knows eliminated. He has exactly what he needs.
I have 2 hard-boiled eggs. I have 2 pieces of fruit. I have my whole grain English muffin. Boom. I toast it, make it, eat it, gone.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's going to be getting. And that goes back to our Master Your Containers webinar that we did. If you don't have access to that, please message me and I will give you the link to that. That's a very, very vital process to go through mastering your containers. That really breaks it down to what containers am I going to eat at what point of the day and making sure you get all those containers in, because if you don't plan all those in, at the end of the day, you're going to figure out that you missed out on a bunch of containers. Okay, let's see what Rebecca said. Rebecca said, plan. Going to eat the next day, write it down, and it keeps me on track.
Keep on track of it.
So Rebecca said she writes it down and it keeps her on track. So she plans the night before. Jordan plans the day of, but he kind of stays to the same thing every single day. It's just, I do too. I pretty much eat the same thing. I always have for my lunch, I always have a spinach salad. That's my base, and then I'll have some sort of protein on top. Whether that protein is salmon or steak or eggs or a veggie patty, it's gonna be one of those 4, but it's gonna be on top of the spinach because spinach is my absolute favorite and it's full of iron, which I need. So just make sure you're also paying attention to that. Yeah, plan it out, write it out. If you, like Jordan said, if you need to do it the night before, if you're like, I know, I don't want to say this, but his mom's like kind of frazzled in the morning. So she's already in a rush kind of state of being, but she has a lot more like loose time at night. So for her, planning at night would be better. So think about the type of person you are when you wake up in the morning. I'm a morning person. I can wake up and do anything in the morning. Jordan's more of a night person.
I would much rather stay up and get as much sleep in as much as possible.
Yeah, sleep in until the absolute last possible second.
Never late.
So think about the type of person you are as well. Think about your job. Think about when your foods fit, and plan it out. You have to plan it. You have to plan it. You know what? Plan for a week, and after a week, don't plan it, and then see what happens. I challenge you.
True.
All right, so we're gonna let everybody go now. If you have any questions or comments, please, please, please don't hesitate to message me, call me. I'm your coach. I'm here for you. I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna plan this through. We're gonna help you through. I'm pretty sure I covered a lot, and that's it. You want to say anything else? That's it, right?
Nope.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks so much.